Penn State earned their first win in Big Ten Conference play over Michigan State, 28-10, outscoring the Spartans on a 28-3 run after that long touchdown by Elijah to Tolliver. They really dominated that game. You can see it on the Parker Fleming Stats of War Twitter page where he posts the success rate margins, and Penn State's was among one of the most impressive success rate margin performances of the week, of week 12. In week 13, they have a different test. Nebraska at home. They're 9.5-point favorites over the Cornhuskers. But Nebraska has a head coach in a season that they are still fighting for. Nebraska has a bye, and you know that they're going to try to bring their A game here, especially Rule. This will be a kind of personal game for Rule being at his alma mater. It's at a big stadium. They're a big underdog. This is the most points Nebraska's getting on a betting line all season long. So Penn State needs to take this game seriously. They need to game plan for it. And it would also be a big win for Terry Smith and Penn State's pride. The blueprint for Penn State to win here is their trench advantage. They have the superior offensive and defensive line. They do. Their O-line is more proven. It's full of more NFL players than not just Nebraska's O-line, but also Nebraska's D-line. And it is bigger, much bigger, significantly bigger than Nebraska's D-line. And Penn State's offensive line and D-line this year are a little bit undersized. They actually they lost weight to try to run more outside zone. And I just think that was kind of a big mistake in a sense. Like last year's run offense worked for them tremendously. They were bigger, and their O-line last year was much better at run blocking. They're probably better this year at pass blocking, but last year they were better at run blocking, and a part of that was their size edge. They're smaller this year than last year, but for the first time in quite a bit, they're going to have a pretty tremendous size advantage over a defensive line. And their rushing attack has improved throughout the year as they've moved to Kaytron Allen being running back one and just featuring Nicholas Singleton when they think he's getting hot or in specific situations. Utilizing that trench edge on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball, where this is going to be one of the better pass rushes Penn State's or Nebraska's played in a minute. And the run defense, we'll see, but Nebraska struggled at times running the ball outside of when Emmett Johnson can just do his thing because he's absolutely amazing. So this is the nexus point. This is the root of Penn State's blueprint to win, is their trench advantage. Off of that, they can get pressure on Lateef. Dani Dennis-Sutton is a future day 2, maybe could be a day 1 NFL draft pick at defensive end. This channel will make you a college football expert and help you enjoy watching games and make more accurate predictions. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and watch the video all the way through so that you can get the full package. And check the description and pinned comment for more ways to help yourself and this channel. Him and Zariah Fisher, Chaz Coleman if he plays, and any other pass rushers they have need to get home on Lateef. Nebraska is probably going to go with a run-first approach here with how hot Johnson's been, with how Lateef can run the ball, and with their O-line improvements, but they are going to pass the football. And it would be really good for Penn State if they can make it so Nebraska really only feels confident running the ball, and therefore, with Jim Knowles and enough talented players, they can probably attack a one-dimensional Nebraska offense. Use Kaytron Allen offensively and not Singleton in this game. Well, by not Singleton, I mean don't use him primarily. Use him in certain situations because he is faster than probably any player on Nebraska's defense. Allen, though, he is the perfect running back against a Nebraska defense that is not exceptional at tackling and that isn't big. So Allen's the back that can fall forward for yards. He also has underrated burst to him. He has power. He has leg drive. This is one of the smaller defenses and less physical defenses that Penn State's played in the Big Ten yet. Oregon's and Ohio State's and Indiana's, definitely better. You then look at Iowa's, definitely better. They've had to play possibly 4 top 5 defenses. This Penn State offense has. That's crazy. And then Northwestern, similar to Nebraska, but better up front, I would say. Not as good at secondary. UCLA, like that's the only defense that's worse in terms of run defense and physicality than this Nebraska unit. And you're not playing UCLA on the road you're getting them at home after you kind of had somewhat of a culture reset. Like this Penn State team, how they've been performing is better than how they performed that fateful Saturday against UCLA that really sealed it for James Franklin. Use Kaytron Allen, the bruising back, the guy who can fall forward, pick up extra yards, and be Mr. Reliable here. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets like 25 carries or more in this game. Would not be shocked at all. And speaking of the other running back, Nicholas Singleton, get him in space because he's faster than this Nebraska defense. This Nebraska defense is going to be in conflict. They might send, and they're going to send pressure. Get him in space, run him against the blitz sometimes, or get him to a point on a screen or on a like short check down route out in space, and he'll make stuff happen against this Nebraska defense. He can outrun any Nebraska defender. And overall, you have the better roster than the Cornhuskers do. You have more talented players from a blue chip ratio standpoint, from an NFL draft standpoint. You are the better team. That's why you're favored by 9.5 points. Like Beaver Stadium, they're given the same 3-point Vegas home field advantage. It's probably closer to 6, maybe even a full touchdown. But even take that away, in neutral field, Penn State would be favored by about a field goal over the Huskers. And power ratings would agree with that, or they'd be favored by even more. They're the better team with the better roster. I think Nebraska is the coaching edge. So you better bring the scripted drives, utilize your talent to the best of its capability, because if this is a close game, I don't think Penn State trusts itself, and I don't think we trust, nor should we trust, Penn State in that situation. But they're favored by 2 scores to win here, and they have a lot of scenarios where they could cover and win this thing big. That's the blueprint for Penn State to beat Nebraska, and they got to play Rutgers on the road in Week 14 to potentially earn bowl eligibility if indeed they do win this game. Thank you for watching. It's my mission on College Football with Sam to make you the most informed, knowledgeable, and entertained fan as possible. We aren't perfect, but we hit the nail on the head more often than we hit our thumb with the hammer. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, and if you're here, you've probably already watched the whole video. So thank you for doing those things.